Hi, desiring. This is an amazingly important concept. You see, the GPS of your life are your desires. It's a very, very lengthy concept that's discussed in Jewish mysticism. It's also quite an important concept, if not one of the fundamental concepts in Eastern philosophy. And the bottom line is, the direction I am going is the direction I desire to go in, though I may not be aware of my desires. In other words, if somebody desires money, usually what's behind that desire is they think that if they get money, they will get respect. So there's one way of dealing with desires, which is you can sit on a Freudian psychoanalyst chair and start to decompose all your desires. But there's another way of dealing with desires, and this is to take the lesson of Jewish mysticism, which is so very, very important, because unless your GPS is heading in the right direction, it's heading in the wrong direction. And that is, you have to say to yourself, I desire nothing except to fulfill the will of my Creator for my life. Again, I desire nothing, so nothing is pulling you in any direction except to fulfill the will of my Creator for my life. Now, what is that will? So the easy way to figure out what that will is there's a 3,300-year body of wisdom, which us rabbis are taught, particularly rabbis schooled in Jewish mysticism, particularly rabbis from our movement, the Chabad movement, which had a very great saintly leader, Rabbi Schneerson, and he was a person who had looked at all the Jewish information, and he had this unique capacity to get to the bottom line. What is it that God wants? Which really is loving kindness, helping other people. So when a person is not sure, is this in line with what God wants from me? What you need to do is ask a rabbi schooled in this wisdom. And Judaism is not only most religions, they're mainly in the head. Judaism is very practical. It's about doing the right thing. And I'd like to suggest to you, because I'm not looking for extra work, go to Chabad.org, the largest and unbelievable Jewish website on the internet. Again, Chabad.org. And they have a team, Ask the Rabbis. Great people. You can ask them a question. Tomorrow you're going to get an answer. Any question of right and wrong, ask them that question. And by doing this, suddenly all these doubts, is this right, is that, you'll have clarity and you'll live your life. There's a gentleman that I know, a very, very successful gentleman, and many times these people have a lot of stress. He lives a life of complete peace. And I asked him, how are you so calm? And he told me, you ask your rabbi and you have no more doubts. Thank you.